beautiful people out there in this gorgeous world. So today I want to do a video all about my piercings and updated of my piercings, just for the simple fact because I have gotten piercings and I have retired some piercings since my last video that I uploaded like 10 years ago. So let's go ahead and get started, right, you guys. So what I'm going to try to do is go by of what I can remember of like when I got them to first to last. So let's go ahead and try to remember this. This is going to be a fun remembering game. So the first ones that I obviously got are my lobes, obviously. And I just have right now currently just some hoops in them. Nothing fancy, nothing too jazzy, just because I'm not really doing anything today except for going to Walmart. And so I probably got these when I was a little kid. I can't really remember. And then probably my second piercing was my second holes, which have these skulls in them, and I probably got these when I was either in middle school or high school, I want to say. And then I don't think I got any more piercings for a long time. And then I think right before I turned 18, I got my third holes pierced. And my first 3 holes were done at Claire's. So that is that. And then I think I didn't get any piercings forever until I probably turned 18. And the reason why I didn't get that many piercings is because, let me zoom y'all out, was because my mother did not allow me to have like exotic piercings, like. And what I mean by exotic piercings is like other body piercings besides your ears. So I remember when I turned 18, I wanted to rub it in her face. So that morning that I turned 18, I drove straight down the street to my local tattoo shop. I didn't even care what shop it was. I just wanted to throw it in her face. And I went and got my nose pierced, which I'm going to tell you right now, these piercings right here are not my first nose piercings. So the first one I probably obviously would have got is the little stud. And I got that obviously on my 18th birthday, and it did not heal right. So I ended up taking it out, and then my mom threw it in my face. She's like, ha ha ha, that's what you get for trying to throw it in my face. I'm like, whatever. So I took my nose ring out, and I don't think I got any piercings for a long time. Probably until I was like 22, 23. I think I waited that long, and then I finally went and got my 4th lobes pierced, which I think that was done at Claire's also. So I got those done. And then I don't think I got any piercings for a long time, again, until I went and decided to get my nose pierced for the second time. And then I got it done on this side. Let's zoom y'all in. You probably can't see the scar, or maybe you can. I don't know, I have foundation on, but I believe the scar is right here. And that, you guys, was pierced so badly. No, it was the 3rd time I got my nose pierced. So I went and got this side done. And then I kept this one, and then I went and got this side of my nose pierced again because I wanted to have the double nose rings. And then the guy, oh my god, this was so horrible. Like, it looked so funny. That's why I ended up taking this one out, because this one was pierced right in the center, and I told him I wanted this one pierced right in the center. He pierces me right the fuck here. I'm not kidding you. I had a stud right here. And when I looked at my nose and I'm like, why is it pierced so low? And he's like, because that's the best way it will heal. And I'm like, okay, obviously you're a fucking amateur. So I went home and I was highly pissed. I didn't complain. I didn't do anything like that. I'm just not a type of person that complains about stuff like that, because, you know, it's my stupidity of even wanting to go get a piercing. So who am I to really sit there and say, like, okay, and plus I signed a waiver. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I ended up taking this one out like a day or two later after I got it pierced, because I was really wanting the double nose look, and then he just completely, totally, utterly fucked that up. And then, oh, I did forget that this piercing right here is probably a really old piercing from high school. And I used to have this other side pierced, but it got highly infected and I had to end up taking it out. And then I would have to say probably about 9 years ago is when I ended up getting my belly button pierced. And I'm not going to really show my belly button because everybody probably has a general idea of what their belly button looks like. And so then I ended up getting my belly button pierced about 9 years ago. It is doing fine, except for one thing I have noticed is since I have kind of gained weight from 9 years ago, it does have a tendency of bending into my stomach, which is perfectly fine. It doesn't bother me, it doesn't hurt, it doesn't anything to that nature. So that is that. And then I ended up getting probably 5 years ago is when I ended up getting my tongue pierced. This looks like that. I've had this piercing for ever. And it's like, that's one piercing. If I take any of my piercings out, which probably won't happen, it would probably only be my belly button that I would end up retiring. And then shortly after I got my tongue pierced, I got my lip pierced, which as you guys can tell, I have retired that probably about 6 months ago or something to that nature. I was just getting really tired of having too much jewelry on my face because of getting the second whole nose pierced, and then, excuse me, and then with having my lip and then having the hoop, I just thought that was way too much jewelry on my face. And plus my lip piercing was getting, I guess I was growing out of it. When I first got it pierced, after it healed, I constantly kept a hoop in it. And then I ended up changing it to a stud because the job that I was working at before where I work now, they did not allow me to have. Alright, and then my next piercing I got was this midway helix piercing. And actually it was supposed to be pierced higher, but I'm actually glad that he pierced it in the spot that he pierced it, just for the simple fact because I have my double helix over here, and I just think that would look tacky having two double helix piercings. And then my next piercing after that one was my rook. And my rook piercing, I was terrified to get it. And then I remember one morning I just woke up and I said, you know what, I really want this piercing. Fuck it, let's go. And I seriously rolled out of bed, ate some breakfast, and I was on my way to a piercing shop. And the guy pierced it, and it's been doing good ever since I got it pierced. Knock on wood. This is the same pierce or jewelry that he pierced me with. I don't have any plans on removing it or getting a shorter bar, just because I actually like the length and the thing, just to make it kind of look like my ears got more activity and stuff going on in it. And then the piercing after my rook was my forward helix. Now, my forward helix piercing, you guys, I have had so many problems with this piercing, and I don't know if it's because it was pierced wrong or what, but I think a lot of it is my hair activity right here, and plus I wear glasses, and my glasses sit like right here, and I kind of think it might irritate it a little bit, but right now it's been doing really good, and I'm actually really glad. This is one of my piercings that I do have to frequently clean on a daily basis, just because I think of all the gunk from my glasses and from my hair. And then the next piercing I got, well, one of my older piercings, see, I told you I would not remember orders I got it. I got my tragus pierced. This is probably one of my oldest piercings, is my tragus. So I got that pierced when I was living in Florida. And then my most recent piercings is my daith piercing. And if you see any crusties or anything like that, that's because it is only still 6 months old and it is still trying to heal. And then my latest piercing is my double helix, which I got pierced in January. That was my first piercing of 2018. So that is everything. I have a total of 14 piercings. And I did forget to tell you guys or show you guys that I did get the double nose piercing. I thought that was such a super cute piercing, and I'm still rocking it to this day, and I'll probably rock it for a while, just for the simple fact because I really love the hoop. And then the stud, the only thing that I kind of want to do is maybe get a bigger nose stud for the top. So I do have a total of 14 piercings. I have retired 2 piercings, and that would be my lip piercing and then obviously the other side of the nose. And that is all for my piercings. And then you guys probably have a couple other questions, like, do I plan on getting any more piercings? There would only be 3 more piercings that I would get. And one of them I might not ever get, just for the simple fact because the area that I live in is very dated. It's not like I live in LA, you guys, where I can just jump out and everybody knows what's popping, everybody knows what's good. I live in a really ass backward town. I'm just going to be flat out. One piercing I really would love to get, and that is the snake eyes. And that is where they pierce the tip of your tongue. I really just think that is super cute. And one thing I really think is super cute is people who actually have their tongue pierced with the snake eyes. I just think that's really cute. That's really sexy. I'm just going to be flat out. So that would be one piercing that I would love to get, but I'd really have to do research and find somebody that would actually do it for me, because it is a very tricky piercing. It is a piercing that could end up destroying your teeth, so I would have to really think hard about that piercing. But that would be one that I would really love to get. And then the second one, I only have 2 more that I want for my ears, and that would be my anti-tragus. I've really been wanting that lately. And then I would probably end up getting my, I'm trying to think, like, I'd probably get my conch pierced over here, just for the simple fact because I have way too much activity going on over here. And then I probably would have my anti-tragus pierced on this side. I'm not sure. I don't know. We would all have to, I'd have to sit down and really figure that out. But that is all my piercings. That is my updated piercings. And those would be the 3 piercings that I would still love to get. And then I would probably be pretty much done with piercings, just for the simple fact because my ears already have a lot of activity in them. And I just really think like having a lot of piercings in your ears is cute, but also there is a certain extent to where if you have too much piercings in your ears, it just looks really gaudy, and in my opinion, it doesn't look that good. And then obviously I would keep my nose the way that it is. Would I get anything else done around my lips? Probably not, just for working purposes and to keep it clean and classy, because that's how I like to be. So yeah, that is everything for my piercings video and updated piercings video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big, huge thumbs up. And you guys always know I'll see you in my next video. I upload videos every 3 days due to working purposes. And I'll see you soon.